You know it's super fly when Day Bar is opened. Hip-hop review, news, plus breaking new artists, pop culture, current events with an urban view of it. This is all things hip-hop, delivered raw, unpolitically correct, the fans' perspective, putting all artists in check. Dope content, current hot by remarkable men. Our thoughts, clearly. Welcome to Audio Theory.
Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory podcast. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well as the like button. And if you'd like to skip ahead to today's topics and you're on YouTube, check the description box. What's good, Danny? How have you been?
Dude, that shit almost froze. Got fucking tight. I'm doing good though, bro. I'm doing good, man. Just got back from a phenomenal trip up north. Took the girlfriend with me to meet the family. It was my dad's 59th birthday, as well as Father's Day weekend. So that was a dope collab party that we did for him. And then it was also one of my younger cousins' graduation parties. So my girlfriend got to meet like everyone in the family on this trip. And then luckily for us, bro, it's been tough. We finally got some alone time as well in Brooklyn one day, where we like had 5 hours to drink outside, eat oysters, overlook the Brooklyn Bridge, lots of fucking sangria. And then we met up with another buddy of mine who she met when she was here once in Miami. So yeah, dude, really can't complain. Phenomenal trip. Blessed to got to see everyone. But bro, what was wild is I underestimated like how early like these morning trips back could be. So dude, I took the 5:15 a.m. flight from Newark to Fort Lauderdale, which means my ass had to be at the airport by 3, which means like I really should be in bed by like 7. You know what I mean? Like, so luckily like I just made it work, but I didn't go to bed till 12. Fucking power nap for 2.5 hours, slept for 3 hours on the flight, and then because I landed on the day that I go to the office every week, I drove from the airport straight to work. I was just like, bro, not in the mood for anyone fucking talk back. I was like, bro, like, let's fire someone today.
I was about to say you should. I don't even know if I would want to go to sleep. Period. If it was 3 a.m.
Yeah, I know.
But it's that weird time of night.
Yeah. You also are taking that chance, right? You know, that alarm is going to go off. Are you going to actually hear it or are you just going to snooze through that bitch? But thank God I had the entire road to myself on the flight. So it was literally 3 hours from takeoff to touching down. I was out, bro. So it worked out, man. How about you? How was your weekend, bro?
It wasn't too eventful. So my girl was in LA for a week. I was in SF still. And she's like, yeah, let's do brunch when I come back on Sunday. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And we hung out with a couple friends, thought it was gonna be some like super casual day. And before you know it, like one drink turned into 2, turned into 4 shots, 5 shots, and then things started getting a little blurry. And I just remember, so we got back to our apartment like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, it was
I just remember
full day.
Yeah. Full day, like, well, yeah, we started at like, it was a late brunch, so like 2.
Okay.
And we got back, and I just remember like telling my boy, I was like, I'm gonna lie down for a second, and it was like 11 p.m. And before I knew it, I woke up at like 4 a.m. and was hungover already. I completely forgot I had work the next day. I don't know why. It just felt like a Saturday to me.
Yeah.
And that Monday was awful. Like I couldn't wait for the day to be over. It was a struggle. And it was one of those moments when you're like, I'm never drinking again, even though you are. Like in those moments, you're convinced that you never want to sip of alcohol. You don't want to smell it. And yeah, it was a brutal 24 hours. But I think the other thing is like the state has opened up recently, and it's kind of weird that a lot of people are still wearing their masks. So I don't know if they're judging me. I don't know if like someone's gonna yell at me for not wearing mine, but I'm vaccinated. I've had COVID. I deserve to like walk around without a mask, but it seems like 90% of people out of habit are just still continuing to wear it. So that's kind of weird to me.
Yo, great point. And what's weird for me at least, so this is the first time out for me, dude, all of New York's COVID rules got lifted last Monday. So the Monday prior to us getting there. So even in Florida, bro, you saw firsthand, like we're open, right? But still most places require you to wear a mask. Bro, like, I guess like that's like the weird in-between phase we are now all over the country, because like in New York, like besides the flight, I didn't wear a mask anywhere. Like not to the bar, not to run in to get a bottle of alcohol, like not at the supermarket. Whereas here, like, yo, all the supermarkets require it still. Like, it's just like a weird in-between phase, I guess. But yeah, that was, I mean, it felt nice though, bro. Like, literally, like, it just felt like a normal summer day in New York City. Like, just fucking bar hopping, great happy hour deals, and like not even thinking about COVID. Like, COVID wasn't even a thought at all in our minds, which was a fucking fun. Thinking like where we were a year ago is pretty wild.
Right. And does that include like social distancing and stuff? Like they didn't have the plastic dividers and all the other stuff?
All done, bro. And I know that firsthand because one of my boys, I met up with him and his brother own a bar in Brooklyn, and like they had like a cool video of like them completely demolishing all the dividers and like throwing them away. Like, yo, it's like completely whatever it was before March 13th, like that's what it is.
I mean, I pray to God that that nothing, this new variant doesn't cause this.
Bro, but I feel like we're like on our 5th variant of whatever the fuck it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know the science behind all this shit. I just keep hearing like these articles pop up of, you know, kids being super susceptible to Delta or whatever the fuck it's called. And I'm just like, I cannot. I mean, I don't mind working from home, but I cannot go back to like this whole rush to the grocery store and trying to find toilet paper and not being able to
yeah.
That shit would drive me fucking crazy. The world would it'd become chaos even more than it was before if that happened.
Yeah, and especially because like clearly, I mean, dude, I know you're not really that big into sports, but like, bro, all these sporting events are packed, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, concerts are happening now, bro. Like every artist we follow, we need to talk about like what shows we want to catch now that things are coming back. Like, bro, like J. Cole, Jack Harlow, like everyone's going on tour. Festivals are happening. So it would fucking be an absolute punch in the dick if like this shit just come back to completely being like, oh my God, bro, I don't even want to talk. Because, like this is the closest we've ever been. Like before it was like, all right, it's summertime. Please wear your mask, distant a little bit. But now it's like, bro, full steam ahead, no looking back, bro. And if you catch this shit, figure it the fuck out, bro, because we're not doing this shit again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no way they're gonna pull this shit during summer, even if it spikes. Like at this point, people are ready to die. They're like, fuck it. That's how I feel with this shit.
I had it before. I'll get it again. Like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Oh man, and then what's wild is I hate that like I know like the social media is a terrible source of information at times. It's just like you don't know what to believe. But bro, they keep coming out with all these random things about like CDC meetings about this vaccines doing this to people's hearts, and I'm just like, bro, is it really, or is it just like one person? But then like it's like, fuck, bro, I don't want to be that one person. So it's just like, now like I was all gun ho and getting the vaccine. Now I'm just like, man, let me just chill for a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, so, it's interesting. I mean, I do think like, at least from what I've read, a lot of these cases are like literally 0.001%, but it doesn't make you feel any better when like you read about how serious some of this shit could be. And someone, I forget if I told you this, but someone I work with got the fucking Bell's palsy like partial paralysis thing, and I don't know if she determined whether or not it was from the vaccine, but the coincidence makes it seem so. And she's like, if I had known more about this, I may have just not taken the vaccine just because how annoying it is. It's not life-threatening, thankfully, but it doesn't make you feel good. And yeah, it's just not.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we are fucking just statistics right now, right? And that's just what we are. But I mean, I'm definitely going to get it before I travel abroad again, because again, I don't want that anxiety of being at a testing place in Mexico or Colombia and they're like, oh, you have it, so you have to stay here for 2 more weeks. I'm like, nah, bro, nah, we're not doing that at all. Like, keep taking that test until it comes back negative. But yeah, so I'll take it. But yeah, it is dope to see that so many places are opening up. I thankfully have, God willing, have like a couple more trips this summer to New York as well. So bro, when I tell you like that shit is open and just fucking phenomenal, like it's so much fun. But the video you sent me of in that shooting in the Bronx is what we spoke about before in episodes here. Like, yo, like in the summer, bro, people just get crazy, and it's every summer. But I think this summer it's gonna get even worse, bro. And like just to explain, the video that Blair sent me was this dude was rolling up on another dude to shoot him, gets him on the floor. This guy has kids though that are like holding their dad, and this dude still opened fire and killed a guy. Like that is fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
So
I actually don't think it was his kids, but either way, the kids were literally inches from the guy.
From the bullets. Yeah.
And the guy kept shooting.
Yeah, that guy did not give a fuck.
Just as horrible though.
Yeah, it's just again, what we've said multiple times, which is sad, that like just the lack of care for life. You know what I mean? Like, dude, not only the life you're taking, like God forbid, like you shot one of these kids by mistake. Like fucking hell, like. So yeah, and I don't think he was wearing a mask, or I don't know, like it just, I don't know, dude. It was just wild how like shit like that's taking place, and then very like other shit like that happened in Miami, and we've been talking about like random shootings recently. And again, I just think something about the summer, bro, this also brings out the worst in people. So I guess everyone listening, just stay safe as best you can. Sometimes hard to fucking predict this shit, but be observant, but also have a good time, bro. Like I'm sure you had a blast, just fucking mimosas, relaxing outside, like that, dude. There's nothing fucking better than that.
Yeah, it was dope. And like you said, yeah, especially if you're going to Rolling Loud in July in Miami, I would definitely be safe, because that's probably gonna be like the closest thing to a Coachella level event that we've had in the US. And the crowd that typically goes to these events tend to be a little more doing the most types who want to show out and like beat people up that fucking look at them the wrong way. So be careful. And I also forget if I told you this, but someone was actually shot and killed like on my apartment intersection a couple weeks ago.
You mentioned, you were a part of the Zoom call, right?
Yeah, and granted, I don't think it had anything to do with the summer, just because this area can get pretty sketchy at any given time. But it definitely made me more aware of the fact that shit can pop off like pretty much anywhere at any time. So, just whoever's listening, keep your guard up, regardless of how safe you think you might be.
Yeah, that's the thing. Regardless of how safe you think you might be, because I was in a couple very nice neighborhoods in Brooklyn on Friday, but I was still very much aware, like, yo, this is still Brooklyn, dog. Like, the hood is still like a block over. Yeah. So they really, no matter how safe you feel in your fucking expensive ass restaurant and bar, like, if shit wanted to go south, it will happen regardless. Thank God it didn't. And I mean, I don't think it really ever crossed me and my girl's mind, but you gotta just be aware of it,
Yeah.
But on a side note, I am excited about more things this summer because, dude, my mango tree that what you saw when you were here is finally like ready to go. So, bro, shit. I think I might just roll up a joint one night and like get a glass of Prosecco and just eat my own mangoes outside, bro. You know what I mean? Just like chilling, like, yo, this is life, dog. Yeah. So I am looking forward to that. I'll send you a couple pictures.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be super dope. Mangoes are low-key my favorite fruit. And the fact that you have your own free source of food is dope.
Dude, isn't that insane? Like, yo, like to think you own land and like that land is like giving you a fucking product to enjoy. Like, yo, it's fucking sick. So yeah, I think I might just do that Saturday or Sunday night. Just like, bro, let's just fucking cut up some mangoes, drink Prosecco, and like enjoy life. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Why not?
Why not, dude? Why not? All right, man, let's get into it. A few pretty, I think, dope topics to discuss. I guess the one which is intriguing to me in the episode is this week is called episode 78, Say Less. A lot of people are doing some weird talking and back and forth online over the past week. But the one that I do want to get into, and I feel like I know this is why you brought it up, and I feel like it would be nice, topic, is the Korean artist Jay Park. So give people more overall insight about who he is and what happened, and we'll get into like the back and forth.
Yeah, so Jay Park, for those who don't know, is a pretty popular Korean artist. Mainly does like R&B, I'd say. But in terms of his style, it definitely has hip hop elements combined with it. He raps as well. Originally, I believe he was an artist who was kind of popularized in Korea. I think he was part of a band as well, but then kind of did
his own thing.
Yeah, did his own thing. I think he even got banned from Korea for calling it gay in some MySpace post or some shit. So they take that kind of shit seriously. And took his talents to the U.S. and has been building up his scene here.
Oh, so he's a Korean rapper that's based in the States?
Yeah, he's based in the States.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Where. Yeah.
Okay.
Speaks like perfect English. I don't even know if he was necessarily born in Korea, but he's a Korean, I want to say American artist. And he's worked with like 2 Chainz, Hit Boy. So definitely, I think he's gotten the closest to like bleeding into the mainstream American hip hop scene. But I guess he did a remix to Kendrick's DNA, which doesn't even sound like the original to me, but he did a remix of this song with several other artists, and it was supposed to be kind of like a tribute to like Koreans and being proud of your culture and everything.
Right.
But a lot of people who saw the video thought it was more so a video full of cultural appropriation and kind of a mockery of hip hop or Black culture. And he apologized in a lengthy post, but I think it kind of backfired and people thought he wasn't fully understanding the bigger picture. So basically, because of all that shit, he's under fire right now, and people are...
Was there anything in the post itself that made it seem that he wasn't being genuine or just not getting it?
I mean, he did kind of like deflect to like Nicki Minaj doing Chun-Li. I forget what other artist had done a similar kind of Asian themed song, but he basically was saying, you know, Asians, you know, have always looked up to hip hop culture and Black culture and aspired to be like these artists. And he's basically saying he didn't do anything intentionally hurtful or insulting, but I don't think people are having it. I would have to read the entire post, but I think there were certain things in there that made it seem like he was kind of insensitive and not really doing his research and due diligence to understand how severe the situation was. But then it got like almost too deep. Like I saw some reactions from Black people saying, oh, like cornrows or braids were meant back in the slave days to hide objects under them and shit. And I'm like, I didn't even know that shit. And I just really don't think it's that deep. And it's not like he was making fun of braids or anything. Like, to me, the video is fucking like any other international hip hop video I've ever seen.
That's my point. So I guess my bigger point here is like, I don't even think he should have apologized. Like, this is me personally, because I saw the video like I promised, and I don't even apologize in the first place, bro. So I'll go back to the video. I think you sent me or I sent you about, like, remember, like, it was like a 2-minute clip of like all the different types of drill from New York to London to Paris to Italy to India to Palestine, like everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at reggaeton artists, like, dude, they're essentially rapping and doing whatever the fuck they want to do. They dress like every hip hop artist. So they're not coming out and saying like, oh, I'm sorry if you think this, like, it's just fucking hip hop. And like, if you're in that genre and that's the music you make, then you take on everything that is about hip hop culture. So like, I just saw it as like another Korean artist rapping, you know what I mean? With other Korean artists. So I was like, why the fuck would he apologize for this, bro? Like, if you get offended for it, like, that's on you. But like, he's not saying anything negative about Black people or hip hop culture. Like, he's not saying anything racist in any kind of way. So essentially, it just felt like people were getting mad because he just looked like he enjoying hip hop culture so much, but doesn't look like anyone from here. So like, that seems super fucking hypocritical, because I can go through a laundry list of artists who don't look like your typical, you know, Black hip hop artists, and we still accept them because of whatever status they already have. So I was just like, bro, why is he apologizing? Because like, it's different, but dude, there's a laundry list of other artists from different countries, white, light skin, Indian, Asian, we accept to well. So that was just weird that, like, I don't know if he had like a different standard, because to your point, that I didn't know that because he's raised here. So maybe like he's not allowed to do that shit, which sounds kind of fucking dumb to me.
Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, I feel like there's just kind of this general idea that Asians, in particular, the foreign ones, are racist and don't like black people. So I think when they see imagery of them like imitating or trying to be black or whatever, they're like, aha, like, see, you like secretly do like us, but you talk shit behind the scenes, therefore I'm gonna cancel you because you don't do anything. Everyone wants to be black, but nobody wants to be black when it comes to like struggling in the pain.
I had the struggle, yeah. I got you.
Which I get, but I don't know. When I saw the video, I didn't see anything that was super cringy.
Not at
or just
all,
like
dude. I mean, I
like,
did think like he was like mimicking Kendrick's voice
Yeah.
very aggressively, but I mean, that's just, if you're gonna be on the DNA beat, maybe you just want to kind of like flow like him on that beat. That's how I took it. Like, I didn't take it like, again, I didn't see the reason to apologize. Now, if you're gonna apologize, then go all in. But if you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't the reason to apologize in the first place.
Yeah. And I did see people bring up some, like, I guess there was a couple lyrics. Someone mentioned a Glock on their waist and they're like, oh, you can't even like buy guns in Korea. And then someone said something along the lines of like, I'm so hip hop, like it's like I'm from the ghetto or something. Just little comments here and there that like rub people the wrong way. And I get it. But at the same time, I feel like that they just really are finding a reason to be upset. And I feel like all these artists aren't really doing anything behind the scenes or outside of the music to like pay homage to black people or show appreciation to the culture. It's like, as long as I look cool in this video, it's fine. But outside of this, like, you can't sit with me sort of thing. I think that's how some of the fans might have felt. But Jay Park has been working with these black artists for a minute now, and I just see these instances as flattery rather than like some insulting thing.
Yeah. Dude, if you think about it, think about like an artist we just spoke about and dropped the video for that's getting crazy numbers. The Kid Laroi like situation, bro. We've mentioned like, bro, like he has multiple videos and songs where like he's like in the hood and like no one really gives pushback. It's like, oh, dude, we don't believe you, but we still love the music. So,
right,
you know, who cares? But I just wonder if he has more, because he has more open cosigns of people that we know, right? Whereas maybe Jay Park is not a name that's world renowned, that people even know that he has a Hit Boy and 2 Chainz cosign. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's it, bro. Because again, like even like think about Post Malone. Like we got Post Malone, but we also got him 2 Chainz song with a fucking Quavo massive hit right away. So we had those cosigns immediately. So maybe that was easier for us to take it in. So I wonder if the co-signing publicly matters.
I mean, I would say it matters to a degree, but I feel like people don't really care that much. If 2 Chainz and Hit Boy came out to defend him, I also don't even know if that would change much, because I feel like a lot of people that are pissed off were original fans who probably barely even know who the fuck like Hit Boy and 2 Chainz are. Because
so you think a lot of his original fans were mad at him?
Yeah, I mean, at least from some of the comments I saw, they're like, I'm no longer a fan. I'm no longer listening to your music.
Really?
And surprisingly, a lot of K-pop or Korean music fans are black. And I think maybe some of them really, they go to that music for the Korean culture aspect of it. And when they see them trying to be like black or whatever,
it was leading too far.
Yeah.
I got
and then it becomes uncomfortable for them, I guess. But in all honesty, I don't think it was serious enough to be taking on the video and writing some lengthy apology. It's not like it was blackface or like they were saying nigga or, you know, had a bunch of guns and were pretending to be posted up in Compton or some shit. Like,
yeah.
It just wasn't that serious. And the Asians, as far as like from what I've seen on YouTube or even through traveling, like they've always been like mixed in with like hip hop fashion and
hell yeah, dude,
break dancing and all that shit.
Dude, dude, think about all the like underground hip hop culture fashion companies that kind of make it here, bro. They all started in like Tokyo. You know what I mean? Like Bake became a thing out there. Supreme got mad love out there that became a massive thing here. Like even that show we were talking about, How to Make It in America, right? Like their breakthrough moment was because a Japanese artist saw their shirts. It was like, yo, bring it to Tokyo. We'll make it a, you know what I mean? Like, dude, dude, think about Jaden Smith video for Ghost.
Yeah, I was just
in
thinking
Tokyo
about that in the
through
shower
the streets.
today.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, bro, like Tokyo is so immersed, or Asian culture is so immersed with fucking hip hop culture. So again, I know Korea is not Japan. I'm not an idiot, but I'm just saying, like, it's still like the idea of Asia as a whole embracing hip hop culture has always been a thing. Now, do they, on some like low key subconscious level, do draw a line like, yeah, we like the culture, but we don't fuck with black people? That may be a thing. I don't know. Because I've been in situations where like there's so many memes, it's true, of like Dominican people who are darker than the darkest human being in the world saying, oh no, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. It's like, bro, what are we, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
again, and that's someone who looks like the typical African American, right? African descent, all that stuff, saying I'm not. So again, maybe, you know, Asia's that much more removed from it, so they can draw a line. I don't know. So maybe that's what it is. But for the sake of just like, he put out this video that was, by all intents and purposes, good, but just because it kind of looked too much like hip hop and not like what Korean pop and hip hop should be. I mean, dude, like, why apologize, dog? Like, just stand by that shit, because the shit was. You clearly paid a lot of money for that video, because that shit wasn't some fucking rinky-dink video in someone's like garage. Like, that was a proper, just 6.5 video of like y'all losing your mind and enjoying life. Like, why not stand by it? And like, people are always gonna get offended by what shit you do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so
exactly. And it kind of reminds me of that Jeremy Lin fiasco back out several years ago when I forget which NBA player tweeted or whatever, but they're complaining about him getting braids of some sort. And he's like, yo, this is our culture, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I personally don't think braids are, you know, trademarked in any way to the point where only certain races of people can rock that. Or it's the same thing with dreadlocks. Like, so I could sit here and pretend to be pissed because I'm Jamaican or whatever. I don't even know if Jamaicans fucking quote unquote invented it.
Is that ours?
Yeah. But it's like, bro, now we're gonna control who can grow their you know, hair follicles a certain way. Like, it just seems extreme, and it's none of it is to like mock a culture. It's not like wearing Native American garb to like a Halloween party and screaming like la, 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 or some shit, like to make fun of it,
or wearing braids and blackface to a Halloween party, right? It's just like, bro, like, exactly, clearly this shit's a form of flattery. Like, especially like the Jeremy Lin thing, like, he's doing that thing to look good. You know what I mean? So like, how do you not take that anyway? Like, oh, look at this little like Asian boy trying to look like one of us. That's what's up. You know what I mean? Like, that's a form of compliment. Like, it's a compliment. Like, why? Yeah, that shit I never understood that, bro. Now, you want to say he's corny, fine. But to say that he's like, you know, cultural appropriating and being I'm like, bro, like, come on, bro. Really? Like, he's just fucking flattery, bro. Like since when is like, you know, what's that saying? Like,
flattery is the imitation or something.
Imitation is the highest form of flattery, bro. I'm literally trying to be like you, dog. I'm not trying to use this, and I'm not, you know, saying anything negative about this. I'm gonna say, yo, what the fuck's wrong with your hair? Like, bro, I'm literally, yo, I love what you're doing with your hair. I want to do that. So, it's just, dude, people are gonna always find a reason to feel offended. But kind of like with cancel culture, bro, and we go back to like comedians and shit like that. Like, I feel like the tide's gonna change on this shit when like people just stop apologizing. You know what I mean? Like, if it's like I talked about this like with my girl and like friends, like, bro, like, judge my intention, dude. If my intention was only to be like flattery and complimentary in every single way, all right, bro, I feel bad that you got offended, so it is what it is. But I'm not apologizing, dog, because my intention was pure as fuck. So figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, if you need to fucking destroy my comments on YouTube because you got offended over a fucking music video, then you got deeper fucking problems than me having cornrows this day. Because I can fucking untie my shit. Well, not me personally, but he can just I can just untie my shit and it's over. Like, you're so miserable fuck. So
the only time I would have an issue with it is if if they had a history of, you know, saying degrading things towards black people or like
100%, yeah.
just showing their true colors, then it's like, all right, like I feel a certain type of way of you like trying to extract the cool shit from my culture, but then talk
100%.
shit. But that's clearly not the case here. I think it goes to show that cancel culture is bullshit, and we don't have to dive into a whole nother topic, but Billie Eilish actually now is suffering something similar, where there's like old TikTok videos of her or some shit repeating Tyler the Creator's lyrics where the word chink is in it. And now they're coming after her, and she's writing long ass apologies. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I get it makes sense to apologize. Like there's certain things that are offensive, but I don't think it needs to be this 15 paragraph defense. You should just be like, yo, I'm sorry, I was 14, I repeated some lyrics, like they were stupid, but
yeah, don't
like,
tell me how you
let
go to fucking the Great Wall every other year to pay homage to Chinese ancestry, bro. Like I don't give a fuck. Like
yeah, exactly. Like this should just be like a 3 sentence thing, like I fucked up, but you're not gonna demonize me and make me seem to be like, you know, the Grand Wizard of the KKK and shit.
At all. Like fuck out of here. That's wild to me, dog. Yeah. But whatever, man. I mean, salute to Jay Park. I thought the video was. I'm actually gonna check out his shit now. But to be honest, it's probably made me a fan, if anything. So, because yeah, he didn't sound like, again, the imagery. I didn't think he would sound like that. So I'll check him out, especially because I didn't realize he was American. Per se.
Yeah, he's actually born in Seattle. I just checked.
Oh yeah. I'll check him out. I'll give him a subscribe. So, yeah, again, people are going to always get offended by shit. I think the tide will change back to what it was like in the 90s and 2000s, where people kind of can say whatever they want. Hopefully people, I'm not saying get back to that, because people were saying some outlandish shit and doing outlandish shit back in the day that I'm glad it's not happening anymore. But I think when like people can just stand by what their true intent was, either be funny or put out good content, and that's all you were trying to do, like, dude, don't fucking apologize. At least that's what I would say.
Right. Same.
So I didn't get to catch up on this. People know what happened with the baby and Megan going back and forth. And I wonder if this is this, I mean, we kind of hinted at last week about like, she has to feel a way that she constantly see all these people who she worked with doing shit with Tory. So I wonder if it's really that.
I mean, Megan just basically went at him online, I believe Twitter, and was just basically saying he wasn't being loyal and was doing business, shady business, by doing the song with Tory. And the baby obviously defended himself like, I have nothing to do with that situation. Why am I being attacked? Like, this has absolutely nothing to do with me. And to me, it's business. Like, that's how things work. And the case obviously isn't even, it's not like he was found guilty or anything. So
he didn't do it from like a prison cell. Like, you know what I mean? Like they weren't in jail or anything.
Exactly. And he, as far as I'm aware, he doesn't have like, he never pledged loyalty to Megan or took a side or anything. He just wants to be removed from this situation. And then Megan's boyfriend apparently chimes in and is like, oh, the baby's a clown, blah, blah, blah. And the baby gets even more like flustered because he's like, yo, now this girl's man is coming at me, even though I wasn't even in the vicinity of the incident itself. And I'm over here responding to all these motherfuckers, and they're mad at me for doing a song with somebody. And yeah, it just kind of got out of control. I think the baby kept it pretty professional, surprisingly.
Surprisingly, right? If you go back off everything we've spoken about in the past, where he like loses his shit on randoms and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was just like, love you, Meg, like best of luck kind of approach to the whole situation. And she just really wants to kind of control the industry and have everyone be on her side. And she's already winning, so I don't know why she needs to go this hard.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. I don't get again, so I think kudos to us for hinting at this, right? Like, yo, at some point, like, bro, she has to feel away, and clearly she. I think what happened was, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think to this situation with the baby specifically, that song did come out months ago. So she put a tweet out saying, "Oh, that was before the incident. Like, it's never gonna really come out." And then Tory's like, "Oh no, bitch, We're gonna film a video for this. Like, you know what I mean? So I think
Yeah.
she was just shocked, like, oh fuck, like you're actually friends or whatever with this guy. So again, bro, but it's weird for her to double down and triple down. Again, I know in statements, but how you want to control the narrative of other people's lives is kind of weird. And I'm not talking about Tory, like the people he associates with that also maybe people you associate with. Like at the end of the day, like y'all are gonna figure this out. The court system's gonna figure it out. But like, how do you want me to say this guy is guilty when like no one really else has besides you? Like it's just you saying all this shit. So like, and like until he is proven fucking guilty, like why I'm just gonna cut him off? And he's telling me in songs and in person he didn't do it, like it was a misunderstanding. So like, and then a lot of people I feel like, especially like, dude, like rich people, bro, like I think they're like, bro, there's no way he would do, you know what I mean? Like they have to be like, bro, like why would he do this shit? So I feel like maybe the average fan who's broke is like, oh yeah, you know, fucking the black woman is like the most disrespected person in America by black men. It's like, all right, maybe, but like I think another millionaire man is probably like, bro, why the fuck would he do it though? Like maybe somebody else would do it, but why would he risk his whole shit for like to shoot a foot? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't care for that part of her narrative.
I mean, at what point do you think it's valid for one artist to be like, if you fuck with another artist, I'm gonna get pissed and not fuck with you? Like, if Tory was found guilty, would she be in the right to go this hard for the baby if they were friends, or do you think people in life in general should never be included in conflict with other people that they don't directly have anything to do with?
Yeah, dude. So the thing is, like, it'd be one thing if it was dude, I don't know, like, what, I know she signed to Rock Nation, but say it was a fellow, like, you remember, like, we had, like, Rockefeller Records back in the day? You know, so say she was hypothetically signed to, like, Rockefeller Records, right? And, like, you have those 10 other artists that are on your label, right? So I think it goes without saying, yo, if I got beef with anyone else, you got beef with them, right? Like, that's, like, yo, we're not fucking crossing that line. But essentially, she's like, doesn't really have, she's signed to Rock Nation, dude. So is everyone else in the fucking industry. So essentially, you're telling everyone, dude, do not fuck with this guy because we had an altercation. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, a label mate is one thing, but I feel like she doesn't want anyone to work with this guy. So I guess like the line really is like, bro, if I barely know you, Megan, and I barely know him, like, why wouldn't I just let this play out? And like, yeah, I'll do music with both of you, right? But like, if you really don't have any ties to either person, which I don't really think any of the artists she's calling out do, right? They're like, yo, Tory seems like a fun guy. You seem cool as well, Megan. You're both gonna pay me whatever the fuck I want for a feature. Yeah, dude, I'll work with both of you. Like, I don't give a fuck, you know? So like, if you really don't have ties, I guess like that's where I would draw the line.
For sure. And you know, not fucking with Tory could potentially lead to other situations where someone else might not want to fuck with the baby or whatever. So I feel like it's kind of irresponsible to, it's fine for you to feel a certain way, but irresponsible to publicly drag someone into a situation that's supposedly super serious and was potentially life-threatening. I don't think that's fair to the baby at all.
Yeah, because it almost making him sound like, yo, I pulled the trigger, essentially. And it's like, bro, I had nothing to do with that shit. Like, you know what I mean? I just made a song for both of y'all, and I'm moving on with my life, right? So, yeah, I think, if it's a label mate, ties to you, you grew up together, you know, same town or whatever, but if you're just another artist who I reach out to via DM and say, hey, I'll give you $30K for a feature, like, yo, I'm loyal to you. If he offered me 40 for a feature, like, the fuck out of here, dog. Like, it's the same shit.
Right. But yeah, I'm super curious how this case is gonna play out because this shit is dragging on.
If it ever plays
Tory's
out, bro.
free as a motherfucker.
Yo, bro, free as fuck, dog. Like, dude, even in lockdown, my man was still like, in hindsight, like he really only like disappeared for like a month and a half. If we're being completely 100. Yeah. And then he dropped that album which was fucking, I mean, people got mad at him for talking his truth, but bro, that album overall kind of slapped. So it's like, we're like, oh, he sounds good music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and he said he's innocent. So like, I can fuck with him. And then again, dude, and I do think she's turning off a lot of people by just being so public about it. Like if he's truly guilty, I think it's gonna come out. Like you going on fucking Rolling Stone magazine and GQ magazine, you know, and vomiting at the mouth about how this did or didn't happen. Like, how is that helping your case?
Yeah.
Because it just seems like she wants like the public to be on her side, as opposed to like the actual like law to be on her side.
For sure. And unfortunately, I don't think it helps that the kind of music she makes doesn't. I feel like it generally doesn't make a lot of people want to sympathize or believe her, because her music is quote unquote dotty, and people just kind of have a bad perception of artists like that. They I feel like they don't consider like this tiny innocent sweetheart who wouldn't hurt a fly. Like I feel like they have this image of her
it's
being
not
this
like Ariana
aggressive,
Grande
like,
or something, like, or her, you know what I mean? Like it's
they just look at her and they're like, oh, there's more to the story. Like she definitely
which is probably it's a bad thing. Like it's a bad thing. But I also may think like it's just the reason probably why she's so verbal is that, bro, she's not putting out content that she can say in a song. You know what I mean? Like what, like, I don't, like, she's not that lyrical or talented of an artist. Like, dude, like, I don't want to like paint a fucking brush over this whole canvas with like her lyrics, but bro, like from the moment this shit happened till now, bro, like, yes, they're different songs, but dude, all these songs are the fucking same, bro. You know what I mean? Like they're all the same. So I think she can't verbalize it because I don't know if she has writers or whatever, but she can't verbalize what happened. So the moment they put a fucking microphone or a pen in her hand to, you know, talk about it on like a interview, she's just fucking blah, 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 blah.
Right. I mean, that's what's the sad thing is, like, I feel like the music plays a role into how we like build the life story and reality for a lot of these artists. And you know, when she gets shot and then a month later does like body yaddy yaddy or whatever, then a lot of people, I mean, I see it in the comments, they're like, yo, how can she still twerk if like her foot's fucked up? Or, why is she so concerned with twerking? Like she almost died supposedly. So like little moments like that could make a casual fan or someone like us who, you know, just is into hip hop in general, just look at that shit and be like, oh, she definitely, like, she's not even bothered. She's twerking, making money. Like, who cares? Right.
Again, it's a double sword. Like, I get it. Like, well, because you get shot, you're not meant to enjoy your life. That's the other side of it. Again, I hope it gets resolved. Just for the sake of like everyone moving on with their lives. But
closure.
Yeah, just closure for it. But as far as like who's winning, bro, they both seem to be winning right now because she keeps getting awards and songs, you know, charting. And this motherfucker, it looks happy as hell. Every song he drops seems to do crazy numbers as well. So like more and more people seem like, that's the thing. Like initially it was just like a couple people, bro. But like he seems to have like any feature he wants now. And it just, honestly, besides her looking at it a couple times, like no one's even like, you know, batting an eye. It's like, oh yeah, he has a feature with Fresh Montana now, and you know, and the baby now. It's like Chris Brown now. It's like, oh okay, I guess he's like back, which is wild. When this shit went down, we're like, yo, his career is done.
Yeah, I was nervous about his career, but he seems to have like just been positive throughout the whole thing. Doesn't really address it at all. Just kind of ignores it. And to your point with the whole apology shit and cancel culture and all that, like he didn't apologize for anything. He didn't go on crazy rants as far as I'm aware. He just kind of kept it moving, made music, did what he does best, and then everyone, at least the people that were his core fan base, seemed to have forgotten and moved on. So 100%. I think she needs to do the same and just, if he really did that shit, just focus on it in court instead of Twitter.
Yeah, dude. But if he really did that shit, bro, he would, like, dog. Like, you know, I mean, like, yo, like, I just find that shit so hard to believe that, yo, you shot another celebrity, bro, and you're just walking out here
with
like
witnesses.
Yo, there's no fucking way, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like as more time goes on, like, it just proves that there's no fucking way, bro. There's no way you have witnesses, cameras on CCTVs around that incident, cops there, and this motherfucker is just walking around like nothing. Yo, like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Clearly something happened, but that, I don't think that should happen, bro, because he'd be in jail, bro. There's no way you shoot another human and you're just fucking living your best life. Dude, there's no way. There's no. I cannot believe. I know our fucking law system is fucked, but dude, I cannot believe that's happened.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Yeah, I know like people get away with shit too, but I don't know. My gut is just like there's no, and it's not even because I'm like a diehard Tory fan, even though I'm a big fan and more of his than hers for sure. I'm just like, there's no way with all those witnesses and the way they're both behaving that he did that shit. It just doesn't seem possible.
Yeah,
or like
I totally agree. So yeah, let's see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't see it, but I figured that's what it was about. And I'm like, oh, did we just spoke about this last week? So that was fun. It's like a part 2 to that.
Yeah.
Looking forward, a lot of people talking shit. So people who probably need to say less, but I get why they're doing this to build up the versus battle this Saturday. Bow Wow versus Young Draco, aka Soulja Boy. So are you even gonna watch this? Or are you just excited for like the memes afterwards?
The memes. I'm just gonna look at the highlights. I'm sure there'll be several. I don't care enough to like set aside time out of my day to tune in. Honestly, I haven't really done that with any of the battles. I just waited for the highlights. But this one in particular, I mean, it's cool and like nostalgic, I guess. But I'm just really looking forward to Soulja like going on some crazy ass rant in the middle of the battle. Or, like, doing something wild.
Yeah. I mean, he's been building up like crazy, bro. I think we both like, he's calling like Bow Wow a bitch. He's like, yo, you didn't grow up as poor as I did. You didn't shoot the guns I did. I'm just like, bro, like, why are you so proud of this, dog? Like,
do you think he believes that shit though? Like, minus the
no.
trolling, do you think he like if he did sell crack and shoot guns and shit, do you think he's like, damn, I'm really official, like the coolest dude ever?
Nah, bro. I honestly I think he's on some like very sophisticated troll game shit that he knows what's gonna draw eyes. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he's smart, bro. I think what proved it to me that he was just so smart was when he dropped that clap song because he knew, like, bro, like, I know this will just work on TikTok so well that I'm gonna get a few million out of this just from that alone. Like, he's smart, dog. Like, and again, like this comes in waves, right? Like, you know, like people like don't start connecting dots until they get a little bit older. Where he's like 27, 28 now, compared to when we first saw him. Like, he's just smarter. So yeah, I think it's just like, let me say the most outlandish shit, because dude, honestly, like in this age, like, bro, attention is currency right now. So if he can get more eyes on him, he's gonna figure out a way to monetize it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's the only reason why who do I think wins? Oh, definitely. I mean, who ultimately decides who wins? I guess that's
the fans per se. Okay. But dude, honestly,
I'd say Soulja Boy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Because I know, like, I think we both, in hindsight, like, look at Bow. I mean, Bow Wow was our age, like, is our age. I mean, was he? He's probably a couple years younger than us, but like, I feel like he was just around longer in the spotlight than Soulja Boy was. Soulja Boy kind of came, then stayed a little bit longer, then kind of just disappeared, then came back. You know, with his whole like new persona now. But so you would think just because like a longevity, Bow Wow will have more hits, but like they're more like girly songs. You know what I mean? Not R&B, but like kind of girly song. Whereas like Soulja Boy has like a lot of like, yo, turn that shit the fuck up, dog. Like, you know?
Like Pretty Boy Swag, Donk, fucking Superman, that whole like clap, like all of those songs are pretty recent too.
Turn My Swag On, bro. Like that's a fucking moment. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure, dude, I guarantee there's gonna be other songs that either he's featured on that we forgot about, or that he's written for other artists and we didn't even know about. Because that's like the dope part about verses. Like when you have like other artists, they play like a song, you're like, yo, why are you playing that? And they're like, yo, I wrote this shit. You're like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Like, so that's like the cool thing. So yeah, I think Soulja like wins like in a landslide, bro. Because I can't really even think of like a Bow Wow song that I'm like, yo, that's the song I've been fucking dying to hear like forever. Like,
No, I mean Bow Wow is dope, and like, I mean he's honestly like an artist that even I emulated when I was little and did karaoke and shit. But that was when I was what, 8 or something.
yeah,
And I have a feeling most of the people watching, even if they are our age, a lot of those songs aren't going to be top of mind. Like I can't recite like any of that top of mind. Soulja Boy definitely has the hits if you're talking about hits.
yeah, dude. And that's the thing. That's a great point. Like the people who are going to be watching this aged with us, right? Like Soulja Boy is like 28, 29, similar to Bow Wow, right? So their fans are kind of our age or a little bit younger. So, dude, just like you don't remember the Bow Wow shit because you were a child, literally, you know, like the age of like 5 to 10. But then Soulja Boy's hits, we were like 15 to 18 to 20. And like, yo, like I remember fucking Superman that hoe. Like, bro, that was a moment. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So like, and that wasn't too long ago, you know? So yeah, bro, I think Soulja Boy like was drawing attention to this because he knows that, you know, Bow Wow's not really saying shit. Yeah, he doesn't have the music to, you know, I think he's just drawing attention to this to make money off the verses. But yeah, bro, I think he, whatever, like wins a landslide because no one's really gonna listen. Like, oh, that's the Bow Wow song. Okay, he has that song with Sierra. Oh, okay, and that song with Jessica Simpson that no one can fucking remember. Like, you know what I mean?
And Fresh As I'm Is. I think that's what it's called. I mean, he has a couple bangers. He had that one with 3 6 Mafia, Side to Side. Like that verse was cool, but definitely not.
There was one song when he signed to Cash Money for those couple years that when I thought he was gonna, like the one with him and Little Baby, or not Little Baby, Baby, like in the like Maserati. Like I don't. But
even we can't bring it up, right?
I can't think. I just know that moment was like, oh, this is dope. But dude, cannot think of that like lyric or anything. I was like, oh, that's what it is. So yeah, but I'll watch it though. I'm gonna watch it. I may have people over and just put on the big screen and
when is that?
This Saturday. Got it.
Yeah, I might watch it too. We'll see.
Yeah. All right, man. So that's pretty much the biggest thing. Let's get to some music then. We can do like a rapid round. So, dude, wild when I saw this post and I sent it to you. Dude, July 17th, mark your calendars. Someday in early July, we're getting a full 17-track Pop Smoke album. Like, wow,
and it's not some remix Tupac type shit where it's just all the old songs, right? On new beats?
I have no idea, dude. But the fact that like, yo, that's wild to me because I was convinced when we got the first album, like the first proper album, not like that was it.
Yeah.
And then they came out with a deluxe version with 12 more songs. I was like, bro, this has to be it because how do you have all this shit?
Right.
And then today we have a full 17 track. Yo. Get the fuck out of here, dog. That's crazy to me. Which maybe it shouldn't be so surprising. Dude, it should be, bro. Because like, yo, he was 20 years old. Like, how are you like, wow, that's crazy. But he did have a full song on the Fast and Furious soundtrack, which clearly was made before because he talks about Skepta and A$AP Rocky, you know, on a song. It's like maybe he was just like in the lab every day, but yeah, dude, that's like your thoughts on that because I'm excited. I'm nervous because I'm like, yo, what's the quality going to be? Are these going to be like half songs here and there?
Yeah.
And they just get like, you know, 3 features on it to make it sound like, you know, a song, which I mean, either way, we should be grateful for it. But, you know, I don't want it to dilute what is, you know, Pop Smoke right now.
Right.
Not even now, like his legendary status he's going to have forever.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. Like you said, I'm concerned it might not live up to like all the other hits and stuff that he put out. But in any case, I feel like as long as like his family or whoever is kind of in control of this and whatnot, I have faith. But if this is some, you know, attempt to just squeeze out money from like 17 quote unquote throwaway tracks, then I'll feel kind of guilty about the whole situation. But I feel like it's not the case. I'm sure him coming up, there's just a lot of stuff he obviously never had the chance to kind of promote and put out. So I'm hoping that it's as good as we think it's probably going to be.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, dude. On the Boogie soundtrack, he had 3 unreleased songs. He had the hook on the Skepta and Kid Cudi song on Cudi's album. So like, yeah, dude, maybe this 20-year-old kid was just literally like in the studio all day long and then went out at night, you know what I mean? And then went back. I mean, it's possible, right? Like you know this better than I. A song's only 3 minutes long. So if you just get in the fucking zone, like that's a half an hour of your time. And that's pretty much, you know what I mean? So maybe he was just in that zone nonstop from the moment he got put on until unfortunately passed away. But that's just like, yo, like if you would have told me, like I legit listened to that deluxe version thinking like, bro, like this is it. Like, yo, like take it all in because we're not getting any more of this. And like, yo, like it's a blessing because like think about it in hindsight, I'm thinking right now out loud, like, well, they're gonna sit on these tracks and never put it out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, how does that help anyone in this situation? You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But it was more just shocking to me. Like, I'm like, what the? Y'all got how many songs left? Like,
yeah, that's a lot. And I mean, granted, making music definitely isn't my full-time job, but like I'll spend quite some time on one song. So it's always crazy to me when I hear these artists, you know, having fucking 10,000 unreleased tracks and stuff like that, just waiting. Granted, it's not like all 10,000 are bangers or anything, but
yeah.
Still.
Throwaway tracks for sure. But yeah, just the idea that you have all that content, just wow. Yeah, so let's look out for that. I don't think the name is released yet of the album, but dude, essentially we're gonna have a new Pop Smoke album in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So that's fucking wild.
Looking forward to it.
And then something else that we're looking forward to from an artist that unfortunately passed away a couple years ago, Mac Miller and Ty Dolla $ign, and I think Division are dropping a track this Friday. So definitely looking forward to that because it has your favorite, you know, and Ty Dolla $ign. I said Tyga, my bad. I said Ty Dolla $ign. And then, you know, fucking anything Mac Miller, I'm assuming it's going to be fucking fire.
Yeah. And they're a great combination. Looking forward to that as well. We'll see how it sounds. I mean, since it's only one track, I have faith that it's probably not like it's worth it. So looking forward to it. I can't imagine him and Ty could possibly put out anything that's mediocre to begin with.
Yeah, dude, and what I for 100% agree with that. Then I'm just wondering because I remember when Mac passed away, Ty Dolla $ign did like an IG live where he was talking about they had like a joint album that was meant to come out. So I wonder like if that was just in the works or like we have more of that. Maybe that this is like one of the songs that will be sprinkled out over time. You know what I mean? Because that would be that sick, right? Because I mean that song Cinderella they did together, dude, 7 minutes long, but Jesus, bro, fucking classic. So I could definitely listen to like a nice little 7 or 8 track EP of them just going back and forth. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, one is amazing that they surprised us with that. And I wonder how much time and like thought goes into them announcing this stuff because clearly they might have had this song ready like 4 years ago. But
literally,
I'm curious how they determine what the right timing is.
Yeah. I wonder if like it's the family writing it off again, or it's just like they have a full hook and then one verse from, you know, Mac, and they're like shipping it around to like all his people and just saying like, let's see what you have. Because I remember like in the that Drake interview, he mentioned a couple of times like some of the hardest decisions he has to make because it kind of fucks up his friendships in the game is that he'll send one song that he already laid the hook for to multiple people, and then they won't even know they're gonna be on the final version until the album comes out. But then they'll hear like Rick Ross on it, and they're like, "Damn, dog, I was gonna be like, you know, that was gonna be me and you." So like, I wonder if that's kind of like how this really just plays out for everyone. Like the management team just shopping around the 2 empty spots on the song to see what's gonna sound the best.
Yeah, that's interesting. I heard like Atlantic Records or labels, a lot of them do that stuff. Like for instance, they'll like have a dope ass beat, and I guess they'll shop it around to someone on the roster, and they'll have like the songwriters all be in their little, you know, separate rooms, and they'll all write a hook, and like out of the 15, the label will be like, all right, this one's the fire one, we're gonna give to like fucking I don't know, Trey Songz or some shit, and then they just go from there.
100%, dude. And I remember that specifically because dude, back in like the hip hop vlog days of like so.com and all that shit, that like they'll have like unreleased up. There was a Wiz Khalifa hook that he sold to Tiny Tempa. Remember Tiny Tempa from like London?
Yeah.
That song was fire, dog. But Wiz also gave that beat to someone else, and so got a hold of it and dropped it on their website. And you're like, oh, like this is literally the same exact hook. So like sometimes you're like kind of disappointed. It's like, oh, like you weren't really vibing with that artist. You just like he probably pays you the most money, you know, for the beat. So
right.
But yeah, that has to happen all the time, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that'd be dope to get to that level, because I think being an artist and being like the face of the music brings its own set of challenges, but to be behind the scenes and like write a bunch of catchy ass hooks and just shopping it to a bunch of people must be nice. Like
yeah, and dude, the way if you look at the way the music system has been played out, as far as the people who seem to have excessive amounts of success, longevity as well. I mean, it really is the writers and the producers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, look at like
Party Next Door.
Yeah, dude, but look at Versus, bro. Like, that's just two songwriters and producers who have been songwriting and producing for 30 years and just are sitting on gazillions of dollars and like, oh, let's just fucking do this now. You know what I mean? Whereas like the artists they help fucking write for like broke. You know what I mean? Like, so it really just seems way more profitable to be the one who is writing and making the songs, because like you just have more of the rights to it.
Yeah, you have more of the rights, and then you don't have to deal with the whole bullshit of like, you know, keeping up with the image and popularity and stuff. Like you could, like Beyonce, for instance, isn't going anywhere. So if you're writing for her and Bieber and all these people, like people don't give a fuck like what you look like or how popular you are, as long as you write good songs. You know, somebody out there, one of the popular people is gonna want your lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. In the industry, you're gonna be known. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people look at writing credits. So like, yeah, maybe we don't know about that third writer in Beyonce's group, but like, you know, Ariana Grande does, you know, and they're gonna reach out to her like, hey, can you write me a song for this price? But and that's funny though, because if we go back to like cancel culture, like like culture is quick to just like try to cancel something that's vivid and obvious, right? But no one questions when like all of Beyonce writers are white people and she's talking about strictly black things and black love and black everything. You know what I mean? Like no one questions that. Yeah. But like, cause like, I don't know, dude, I didn't know that, blah, blah, blah. But cause you don't care to do the fucking research. I mean, you just assume that, oh, a fucking Asian kid, he can't do this. This is bullshit. Whereas like, you know, probably some of our favorite rap artists has like non-black people writing for them and no one gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like it's just so funny.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's funny to me is whenever I look into these artists and watch their like day in the life blogs or whatever, there's tons of like white people around them, you know, producing their beats, giving them ideas, writing lyrics, doing this and that.
Bro, every engineer I see is white, bro. Like every time you see like an artist like, you know, rapping behind the guy on the fucking keyboards or whatever, like that guy's always a like not old, but like a fat white dude with long hair, just like touching all the little buttons. Like, bro, like come on, man.
And then behind the scenes, these black artists want to be like, oh, like you're hanging out with these crackers and doing this shit, and you know, you're not for the people and you're a coon and this and that. And then behind the scenes, like fucking 90% of the people that are, you know, facilitating their success happen to be white and they're not saying shit. So
not saying
I don't know,
shit,
it's
right?
all hypocritical to me. I hate it.
Extremely, man. So but yeah, that was a good topic for sure. Let's get to some more music then. Definitely looking forward to those drops, but to a drop that was dear to us here in Audio Theory. I'm rocking the classics only snapback right now. Our boy Just Adam dropped his EP, Classics Only. I think 6 or 7 tracks. So before we get into Heat of the Week, let's just do a little quick review on the album, man. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I thought the album was phenomenal, or EP, I should say. I don't know. The sound was exactly like what I was expecting. Very classic. I think that was a perfect way to kind of convey what the EP was going to sound like and be about. Did a phenomenal job. He flows very effortlessly, and his beat selection is also very, very dope. It just has a very calming, unique vibe that I feel like I'm not getting from any other artist I can think of at the moment. I'm sure there's some comparisons you might be able to draw, but just as an artist, like he's definitely someone who I think has a bright future in this space, especially
because he's so young. He's like
he's so young,
25. He's
yeah, and tapping into a market I feel like isn't oversaturated, doesn't quite exist, and it seems like he's getting a lot of love and gaining traction. So, shout out to him. I've no doubts that he'll continue to produce great work, so long as he sticks to his truth and the kind of music that he actually wants to make.
Yeah, like his intention, it seems very clear, right, to use that word again in this episode, on like every single track. And he sounds like someone coming even further into his own, as well as being fully aware, like, yo, I'm the shit. So we can go into like a couple deep dives here, but like there was a line that I think he had on Been Ready, the first track on the EP, that he's like, labels making me an offer, but looks more like a bid. And it's like, bro, like I don't need this shit, dog. Like, I'm not begging for this right now. So that was cool, right? Because that's it's one thing, back to our point about Megan, like to feel a certain way as an artist, but it's another thing to have the skill and talent to verbalize that in a very catchy, entertaining kind of way, right? So that's a gift in itself. So that was dope. Another line, dude, that was fucking clever as shit. Because you can see it's not just like one line, it's like multiple things, but then it's like all cohesive. When he's like, my girl told me to lay down, and I'm like, oh Lord, or something like that. And then she's like, and then he's like, the next line's like, the devil on my shoulder always trying to tempt me, but I got God in me. And I'm just like, bro, like how did you go from all that like so quickly and so effortlessly? That shit was like fire to me, dude. So that was that was super dope.
Yeah, and from our conversation with him, it was very clear that he isn't in this to like, be Drake level famous and have all the money in the world and shit. I mean, he even talked about like, he said something about not getting the Bentley and being cool with the Chevy or something.
Yeah.
So it's very clear that he knows his worth. He's in it for the music and not, just to be like, oh, I signed to this label and got like a $50K advance or whatever. Like he has a clear mission, and he wants to play the long game and kind of build his brand. Clearly, like, he has the merch and everything that I think he spent a lot of time with. And yeah, I feel like if he continues down this path, it might be longer than doing the TikTok-y shit, but it'll be worth it in the end because he's staying true to his brand.
Yeah, exactly. He's true to his brand, but like even on a couple of tracks, you see he wants to be true to himself, but is also not afraid to say, I do want the lavish shit. I'm just not willing to compromise. Pretend. Yeah, I'm not going to compromise, and I'm not going to pretend to have it now when I don't. Right? I'm not going to. You think the line is like, I'm not going to lease this shit just to say I have this shit, kind of thing. But I don't remember the exact track. I mean, I can just pull it up real quick. But there is one track on Been Ready. I think maybe it's No Chance. Maybe it's that one where he's just being very clear, like, yeah, I do want this shit. Yeah, I want this and I want that kind of a thing. And it was, so you can clear like this is just someone again. And we mentioned this on episodes, I think a year ago, where like there's a beautiful thing in that 23 to 27 age range where like you start looking around at life and then you're like, I don't want to do that. I might want to do that. And then you start having such clearer thoughts about who you are as a person, where I think this is a nice insight where like that, evolution in himself is happening now because, dude, it was just very impressive how like, I know the song's a little bit shorter than normal on his like last projects, but it's just very clear that this dude is thinking about something and is able to get that out in a very coherent and enjoyable, entertaining kind of way, which I don't think a lot of artists at 24, 25 can do because they just don't have that skill level, let alone the clarity of thought to do that.
For sure. Yeah, 100% agree with all of that. Yeah, I just admire, I definitely could feel a confidence in this project. Not to say that he didn't have it in previous ones, but this project to me felt like, I know exactly what I want now. I'm on my way there. And I'm going to give you a preview of all the shit that I'm eventually going to get and I'm aspiring to get. And yeah, I just thought it was dope. Really appreciate like kind of the quality over quantity approach too. I mean, I guess by nature that's what an EP is. It's not supposed to be like an 18 track project, but clearly he isn't in the mindset of like, oh, let me just pump out 500 songs and hopefully one of them is a hit in the club. Like he wants to tell his story in a very particular way. And I think that's impressive. And I think it's fortunate that we're able to like witness it too, because it's not like, you know, he has 1 million followers on Instagram yet or anything like.
Right.
But we know he has the potential to get there easily based on how talented he is. So
yeah, that's the thing, man. We'll get into our heat of the week and an artist we're gonna get on next week before the month's over. But like, it's so intriguing, and like where I feel like even like you, who's obviously super talented, but just starting on your journey again in music, where it's like you can like see specific talent and like obvious talent like to us, and then you think like, yo, how the fuck does not the entire world know about this? You know what I mean? Like, because yo, when I'm listening to this shit, like, yo, I played this shit legit, no exaggeration, like 4 times back to like first song to last song at the gym today, and I'm just like, bro, like I didn't want to skip a song. You know, if anything, I was trying to bring a song. I played Been Ready like 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, bro, how is this not charting? Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, it's just wild to me how like stuff like that plays out when like sometimes like these labels and like the industry, like, yo, if you don't have this certain mark and if you're not 6'3" from this neighborhood or you have this cosign, like we're really not fucking with you just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of like that line from one of his other projects. It's not that people are really sleeping on him, they just haven't heard about him. And I think, unfortunately, or I mean, fortunately, because it's somewhat of a fair game, is it just kind of boils down to marketing and getting your name out there and doing, you know, out of the box things to get people to fuck with you. Some people just get lucky because some chick with 5 million followers on TikTok did a dance. I actually saw that this Korean, I want to say, dancer danced to the song 13 from Just Adam's project.
Really?
And I'm sure a bunch of people probably found out about him through that. So I think little moments like that, like when they build up over time,
sure,
you can build an artist. But I think, unfortunately, like the marketing aspect of it is maybe even more than the talent aspect in a lot of cases, which isn't fun for someone who wants to make music for fun. And then now you got to go back and do all the analytics and fucking ads and reach out to influencers. That part, it kind of makes you feel less authentic because you're like, yo, now I'm trying to get attention, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure. But shout out to Just Adam, classics only, available on every digital platform as far as Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube. Go check it out. Support the movement, and hopefully we have him back on in a year or something, and he's telling us about, you know, the massive deal he just signed with whatever label's relevant in the future. So kudos to him. But
sure,
let's get into some heat of the week. Great topics today, not that many, but we did some classics only, no pun intended, as far as today. But what song, my dude, stood out to you? Was it a song when you were mimosing away on Sunday, or what was it?
No, I wasn't conscious enough to
there wasn't even music playing.
But my heat of the week is honestly Been Ready. Like you said, I played that song multiple times. Absolutely genius way to start a project, because I feel like it kind of set the tone for the rest of it. Obviously Been Ready is a very straightforward statement. He's just basically saying like, yo, I'm kind of I've been built for this shit from the get-go. So I thought, you know, that was just a dope motivational kind of message overall for anyone who's trying to do anything that they're passionate about. Again, effortless flow, and hopefully one day we get to see it live at
that'd be sick.
Lollapalooza, some shit. We'll see.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of makes sense for him being from Chicago, right? That'd be dope. That'd be sick, dude, to actually reach out to him and like, you know, keep talking to him over the years, and then we finally get to see him like live perform like a catalog at that time of like hits. So yeah, man, Been Ready was a classic for sure. not to just make it a complete last 20 minutes of Just Adam. So let's give some love to an artist we're going to have on next week. Joey Sherritt was going through his catalog, similar to Just Adam. Not that much content out there, but enough that you're like, yo, this is obvious fucking talent. Like, how the hell does not everyone know about this? You know what I mean? Like, that's like the fun thing about this as well when we're looking for new artists. Like, it's like, bro, what? Like, this is not like on every single person's Instagram story every day. Like, it's just funny to me, dude. But he has a couple of songs that I truly did enjoy a lot. But the one I love the most is the song About Us. Bro, phenomenal song. Again, I love that it's like genreless, like kind of hip hop, kind of R&B, kind of just like a fucking romantic love song in a way as well. So that's probably what I'm gonna dive into most in the interview. Like, yo, like do you consider yourself anything specifically? Because like some songs are like rock, but this About Us is a phenomenal ballad. Great vibe. So check it out. Dedicate to your girl or guy because, bro, this shit is a banger, bro. And again, something that came out last year, and I'm like, why the fuck am I just even hearing about this right now? So again, hopefully when we have him on next week, that we can put the word out and another 8 or 10,000 people get to find out who he is.
For sure. Yeah, shout out to Joey. That wasn't actually the first song I heard from him. So I believe the name of the one I heard was called On Wrist, I want to say.
On Wrist, another fire song, bro, where he's
and
like
genreless.
Not really genreless, but not really stunting, but explaining you that I'm still the shit. You know what I mean? Like, that was dope. Yeah, that was dope. Yeah. Another one that I actually did fuck with a lot from him was the feature he has with Jason Shea called Jade. Oh, bro, that could be like in a fucking like that. I just like that song like was a movie itself. So like I wonder, I'm gonna check tonight if there's like a YouTube video for that because bro, like it is like cinema, like dude, like it feels like a Christopher Nolan movie when you fucking listen to like the overdone production, but like it's just so it's perfect. So yeah, man. Joey has a lot of like interesting shit in the works. I think going back to our point earlier about songs to look forward to, I think he's dropping a track this coming Friday. So it's dope that we can analyze that as well with him, you know, next week as well.
Yeah, no, the timing's impeccable. Phenomenal artist. And I think that's what makes it so fun is we get a chance to speak to them before they blow up and become quote unquote jaded and hate everyone who interviews them.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like it's exciting. Like they're looking forward to doing it as opposed to like, bro, I'm not trying to do a 15th interview this Thursday. You know what I mean? Like, so, but yeah, again, hopefully the listeners appreciate it. I know we do. And looking forward to it, man. But let the people know where to find us. Let's get out of here.
Yes, sir. You can catch us at audio-theory.com. We're on all major streaming platforms. And if you want to tune into the Heat of the Week selections, you can find that on our Spotify playlist and Apple Music playlist, also on the website. In general, please like, subscribe, comment, share, donate, do everything you can to help support the channel. Again, if you're an up-and-coming artist or even an established artist, hit us up. Happy to do a interview in a very casual format, so we won't, grill you on, crazy controversial topics or anything. It'll just be more of a conversation. So feel free to reach out.
Absolutely, man. Well, love it, dude. Great fucking topics today. Really enjoyed the one about what was it? His name, so I can make sure I don't forget about
Jay
him.
Park.
Jay Park. Yeah, that was really enjoyable. Because again, sometimes it's the obvious topics like about black and white that kind of get controversial, but I love that we forget that we're part of a bigger world. And it's not just like, the guy down the road getting fucking canceled. It's like everywhere this bullshit exists. So I'm glad we were able to talk about it, bro. But enjoy the rest of your week, bro. Obviously, we'll be back on Monday recording the next episode. So everyone look out to that. But my dude, I love you. And we'll talk soon.
Sounds good. Peace.
Peace.